Unlike its closest competitors, the Subaru WRX has always appealed to enthusiasts who eat, sleep, and breathe the manual transmission, where there is no other alternative. When we look at the Volkswagen GTI or Veloster N, the dual-clutch automatics make a strong case for itself, as they're quick shifting and give drivers a car that's still fun regardless of whether they're rolling to the gears themselves or not. Subaru has never given the WRX an automatic that complements this car, until now with the retooled CVT that resembles transmissions found in rivals. The all-new GT trim takes the WRX to a whole new level, offering features that's exclusive to this model that owners will certainly love. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2022 Subaru WRX GT. When talking about the WRX, you could have heated debates on which generation is better, whether Subaru is introducing too much tech to the driving environment, or if the 2022 model is too drastically different from its predecessors. What can't be disputed is that for the all-new GT trim, drivers will be greeted by an interior that just might be more enthusiast-focused compared to a similarly priced Volkswagen GTI Autobahn. First, starting off with the seats, the heated Recaros provide very aggressive bolstering to complement the driving styles of owners who want to push the WRX in the corners. The ultra-suede inserts, not only found on the seats but on the dashboard as well, sets a tone for this sports sedan, while at the same time adding a heightened sense of quality. Now being built on Subaru's global platform, the WRX will share similarities with other models in the lineup, such as the 11.6-inch tablet-like touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility to go along with onboard navigation. Exclusive to the GT is the ability to customize the driving dynamics to your liking, to either have a laid-back and reserved experience on a weekly commute, or a track-oriented setup where the WRX will respond extremely well in the corners with the stiffer suspension and heavier steering feel. Ultimately, compared to its closest rivals, the WRX's interior layout is rather straightforward and doesn't solely rely on technology to appeal to former and current Subaru owners. Throughout the Subaru WRX and STI history, we can look back on some generations that didn't quite follow the same design path as the predecessor, which led to a lot of complaints initially when the newer models arrived at showrooms. For 2022, it seems as though, once again, that the outward appearance have enthusiasts torn. On one side of the argument, the new WRX does have a similar rear fascia to the redesigned BRZ, and some could make the case that it doesn't quite match the front end. You also now have the cladding around the wheel arches, which that alone has people up in arms. But for returning customers who have eagerly ordered or purchased the new WRX, this sports sedan is finally receiving some recognition, as the aesthetics and cosmetic features are unique and also begin to make sense the longer you stare at this sedan. With the WRX's lineage going back to rallycross, this sports car has the ability to take on dirt roads or snow-covered roadways, and some of that can be attributed to Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system. It would be a stretch to say that buyers will take their car off the pavement, but the WRX has always been more versatile than its closest rivals out of the box, and it's possible that's what Subaru is trying to showcase with this exterior design. Either way, this new generation will exemplify what the WRX badge is all about, while also giving younger enthusiasts an attainable option that they can customize and modify to their liking. Sports cars in 2022 are evolving, not only becoming futuristic and more tech-driven, but even the handling and performance characteristics are beginning to change, where these vehicles aren't one-dimensional, but rather a well-rounded car that can fill multiple roles. The GT trim for the WRX introduces a new feature for this sporty sedan, and that is a sport-tuned four-wheel independent suspension with electronically controlled dampers. This isn't necessarily a first for this segment, as Volkswagen uses a similar setup for the Golf R and higher trims for the GTI. But when discussing the WRX, which is a raw and traditional performance car, having the ability to customize the stiffness of the suspension and tightness of the steering is a game changer. With consumer demographics being reshaped, buyers want more than aggressive driving dynamics, especially for owners who will daily drive their WRX. As much as we love feeling planted to the road and having a car that provides the sensation of being fully connected to the overall experience, a sport-tuned suspension can get old rather quick, specifically on daily commutes where you'll be driving over imperfections and potholes in the street. Now with the ability to adjust the comfort setting, you can have your cake and eat it too, where you won't be cringing on poorly treated roads, but you also won't get lulled to sleep as you would with an underpowered daily. Whenever someone brings up choosing an automatic over a manual, especially among enthusiasts, it can get pretty controversial. The WRX has always been a car for the purists, as the 6-speed manual allows drivers to rotate the gears themselves. Last generation, Subaru offered the CVT as an option, which to no one's surprise wasn't the primary choice for buyers. Now in 2022, we have the revamped and rebranded Subaru Performance Transmission, which Subaru has done their best to make it clear that it's not a CVT. But in comfort and normal modes, we'd beg to differ. However, when put in Sport Plus or Individual, the WRX roars to life, and best of all, the CVT replicates a traditional automatic, with aggressive and quick upshifts and the ability to rev match on downshifts. Subaru also improved this transmission to respond better under heavy braking and accelerations, and dare we say that with the paddle shifters, it achieves the goal of resembling an automatic. When put into its most comfortable settings, the WRX then behaves much like other Subarus in the lineup, as you won't have gears to row through. As enthusiasts, the right balance is to choose individual mode for the best overall performance, and depending on the situation or your driving style, you can soften or stiffen the suspension to either have a mix of performance and comfort or a track-oriented experience that will get your heart racing. In the past, you'd look to the WRX as being one of the best performance cars you could buy around $40,000, and it still might be today. After drawing a decent amount of criticism from loyalists on the outward appearance, there was a brief moment in time where consumers began questioning whether this generation would fulfill the desires of enthusiasts, and if the subjective road presence was a bit too much to overcome for some potential buyers. Then throw in the larger touchscreen, and now you have a modern sports sedan that might be straying too far away from its proud lineage. The GT trim, despite only being equipped with the CVT, is one of those diamonds in the rough, where this car can put a smile on your face while keeping you fully engaged behind the wheel at all times. Even though this will be the trim that receives very little recognition, and without question will be overlooked by many, the GT is everything you want in a performance car in 2022, as the adaptive suspension, adequate amount of power, and welcoming interior makes it a great option if you're looking for a fun daily below $45,000. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2022 Subaru WRX GT. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a WRX or any other sports car, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.